Welcome to the next segment of Kurtski's Garage, the roads of New Zealand. Mrs. the Garage. Okay, Kurtski, Kara. You know who I'm talking about. We are currently heading on a different direction of Highway 6. This is the Haas, H-A-A-S-T, Haas Pass to the west coast of the South Island of New Zealand, and we are going to be making a stop at a certain lake that has incredibly blue water. It's a mountain lake, so the sediment and minerals and whatnot keep the water an extraordinary color of blue, and it's another popular tourist hike, and we're also going to show you some of the scenery en route. So this Highway 6, we've done a lot of it, and it's really gorgeous everywhere. So take a look. There is Lake Wanaka, which is a very large body of water.
You see the lookout?
Sure. Look out. Hey there, and welcome back to Kurtski's Garage. I am at the Omaka Classic Car Display buildings actually, just outside of Blenheim in, I guess we'll call it the mid to northern part of the South Island of New Zealand. So this is a private collection. It is open to the public on select days, and I had to call to actually make an appointment to see it today, and I'm so lucky that, that the caretaker was able to accommodate me, Dexter. So big shout out to Dexter. Dexter is, I believe, a volunteer here, and the gentleman who built the collection over the past 30 years is into properties and winery and all sorts of things, and has chosen vehicles that are low mileage, purchased new in New Zealand, or maybe imported to New Zealand with one owner, that kind of thing. Low mileage, one owner, New Zealand new is sort of the basis of the collection, with the desire of wanting to preserve what the workaday cars were, as well as some lovely luxury cars. So I'm currently in the second building. We're going to do a walk around together, then we're going to go back to the first building, and we'll walk through that before I head out across the street to I guess it's a World War I, World War II aircraft museum, again in Omaka. So here we go. We're going to do the walk around. I'm not going to talk through these things. I'll do maybe a voiceover after the fact, or not. We'll see. We got some music playing in the background. Don't let that bother you. But enjoy, along with me, my first time seeing this building. Here we go. Okay, I have to jump back on for a sec. The E24 635 is a special car to me. I restored one years ago, and I really love it. I think it's a timeless style and one of BMW's prettiest cars. And interestingly, parked next to, I think fairly its main competitor from Mercedes-Benz, the SEC, and we will look together to see what engine this one has. This is a 500 SEC, so the 5-liter V8. And these cars would have been competitors, although I believe the Mercedes was considerably more expensive at the time and more powerful. This 635 is in excellent condition. It's an automatic. Now, if I remember correctly, it was a ZF 422 HP. Mine was a 5-speed, which was the reason I took it on. The Benz, I like this. I've always liked the 560. It's a true hardtop, or 500. We'll call it the C126. I just think it's one of the most stunning post-war designs from Mercedes-Benz. I mean, yes, of course, the 300 SL Gullwing is a little prettier, but this car in the 1980s, if you owned an SEC, man, you were king of the road, and I think it's pretty straightforward to see why. Wow, lovely car. Still feels like $1 million. A Daimler Dart. Look at this. And the man likes his Jags. Another XJ, well, another. We haven't seen an XJS. We've seen an E-Type in the other building, which I'll video for you shortly. I believe we have a Bentley Continental Flying Spur, which was, under its skin, the Volkswagen Phaeton. This was quite the car when it came out. I'm sorry, the interior video may not be coming up particularly well. German simplicity. Before we get to the French quirkiness, let's have a look at whatever this is. Talbot, I think that's another French car. Not too familiar with all of these. We don't have them in North America, and they're gone as far as brands are concerned. Good French quirkiness, the Traction Avant, which I believe debuted in about 1934. And we have a Citroën. I'm putting too many syllables in. We'll see if it's open. Oh, good. You have a control for raising and lowering the car on the hydropneumatic suspension, which is pretty cool. Ah, a Peugeot. A Peugeot 404. What do we have here? A Director. I don't know who's that. Is that Holden? Vauxhall? No idea. Let's see. Holden Commodore Limited Edition Director. Very posh. Now, it might be some version of this platform that was imported to North America as the Chevrolet police package pursuit car. And then, of course, the two-door version was remade into the last Pontiac GTO. Well, as a matter of fact, speaking of GTO, here is the Holden GTO. We got it as Pontiac. I'm seeing more Mercedes-Benz. And another XJS. Why have one when you can have two? Oh, but this is the XJS SC. So it's a partial convertible Targa arrangement. Kind of neat. So these panels are basically T-tops, and in one or both can be lifted out. And then this back is basically a convertible top. I'll give you a different angle. Hopefully you can see that all right. That's a convertible top. So between taking the T-tops out and dropping the top, you've got, at the time, the closest thing to a convertible. There was a lot of concern about the US government, the primary export market for these cars, making convertibles illegal. That never happened, thankfully, but that was the result. And then after that, a company in Ohio, Hess and Eisenhart, which were very famous for making commercial vehicle conversions like hearses, ambulances, that type of thing. They did a full-on conversion, convertible conversion of the XJS, and then the factory did it. I said it before, the man loves his Jags. We've got a supercharged long wheelbase XJ. Actually, it may not be the long wheelbase, but it's a big enough car to be fooled on first glance. They are gorgeous. Oh, here we go. I do love the R107s. So this is a 1984 380 SL 3.8 liter V8, all alloy, not the most powerful V8 engine Mercedes has ever made. And by 1984, they had finally fixed the timing chain issue, going from a single row to a duplex or double row timing chain for 84 and 85. And then in 86, in the North American market, we got the 560 SL, and that was 86, 87, and 88, and then came the R129 series SL. I think even today, there we go. Even today, the R107 SL is just, it's a timeless classic car. And I think I'm going to own one at some point in time. Now, what do we have here? Mitsubishi something or other. I love the quirkiness of these 80s and 70s Japanese cars. This is an 83. From the paint color, interior color, and fabrics, it's just so unique. It's a real time capsule. So let's have a look at some of the trucks. We've got a Range Rover. Very nice. But I'm sort of curious as to what this is about. What do we got? A Holden. So it's an Isuzu Trooper, basically. And I'm somewhat familiar with these. I have seen them in the home market. They're rare. But it looks like it's sort of a comparable era Range Rover competitor. I'm sure you can see the fire truck. We'll get there. These old Volvos, the brick, they're still pretty cool too. Now here's a piece of British royalty, Silver Shadow from 1974, so this will be a Series 2. They do have a presence to them. I'm not sure I would take one on, but they do have a presence to them. Just opening the door is so nice. It's heavy. It feels substantial. Now, I can't record what the car smells like, but the leather, it smells good. (1959) Ford fire truck. Not every day you see a nicely preserved fire truck in the collection. So moving on, we've got, well, what are we gonna, let's go this way. So we've got Mazda, Toyota, something else. Well, we'll get to it. But it looks like we've got more, well, sort of typical cars, not ultra luxury. I actually see my first car. My first car was a 74 Honda Civic. This may or may not be a 74, but we're gonna have a look. Very, very tiny. Oh, it's a 78, so we're close. Yep, that looks about as I remember. Mine was a 4-speed standard though. But yep, that was it. Very, very basic, very simple. Kind of cool, I have to say. And a hatchback. Ah. An Isuzu Piazza. I think we had them as the Impulse in North America. I'm digging the quasi pop-up headlights. Actually, the cover for the headlight pops up. The headlight itself stays put. Oh, look at this, a Toyota Cressida. I have not seen a Cressida in decades. They don't last too well in the Canadian winter. These Land Cruisers are huge. I have a soft spot for big trucks like that. Don't know why. The Opel Vectra. I think there was some patterning. I can't say the word. The Saturn was patterned after this car, I believe. Back when GM tried to do something different. I think it shared a lot with this particular car. I just wanted to get a closer look at... the lighting is not going to be good for this one. Oh well. And the Corolla. So, the Corolla was built as a joint venture between Toyota and Chevrolet at the new United Motor Manufacturing Incorporated building in Fremont, California. Now, the question is, no, they're not showing where this one was built. And then, Toyota's first plant in Canada, in Cambridge, built the Corolla as well. I don't know if this particular one is from that plant or not. I wouldn't be able to tell. Mazda 323, I knew a lot of people that had these back in high school. They were fun cars. We're here at the beginning of December. I think it's December 3rd today, New Zealand time. So a little bit of Christmas music, hey, can't fault them. I'm gonna spend some more time checking out this R107, then we're gonna walk back to the main display building and do a walkthrough before we go. Hope you had fun looking at these, and maybe a few of them had you reminiscing about some, well, days gone by. Back at you in just a moment.